Hello, beautiful people. Jenny Lyon here, going live from StreamYard. And I think I've managed to actually go live on Instagram at the same time, which is really great. So it's really good to see people. So I've come live today because yesterday actually on my story, I was talking about how I went from $200 sessions and how I crossed six figures last year. And so this live is not really about the money as such. It's like more about the things that I learned, like a lot of the things that were quite hard, and some advice actually also for yourself, so ladies who wants to do this, and what could be really useful advice basically for you ladies to do the same. So for those who come on my profile for the first time, I'm Jenny Lyon. I am a New Earth business mentor. I'm a master healer and a channel. And I have been doing channeling and healing for many, many years. And in 2018, that's when I decided to take my business online. So I started from zero. In fact, actually, I lost my brick and mortar business because I had nowhere to work from and I wasn't working online. So I had no space to work from. I also had a lot of personal things going on at the time. My dad had just died, etc. So I'm going to go into that a little bit as well, the difficulties and how I had to really overcome a lot of things to get to where I wanted to go. So I'm a master healer and channel, and I've only I've done business courses for my clients for a few years, like 3 years, but it's really only in the last year I have gone very much into business mentoring because I could teach all the things that I learned on the way to other spiritual entrepreneurs. So that's how it's kind of evolved. But yes, so I'm just going to check here on Instagram actually and see if I can see. Perfect Balance Spirits have joined, and yeah, cool. I can see that you're watching. That's really great. So awesome. Okay, so let's carry on. So the 5 things that I learned, there's probably more than 5 things, but I've picked 5 things that I feel are really, really important to share, and that will actually help you to make decisions yourself in your own online coaching business. When you are building and you're working towards 6 figures, you may have even bigger goals, like you want to go into 7 figures, 8 figures. Why not? There's a lot of ambitious light workers out there, and I really want to share you all on because I've personally had to overcome so many limiting beliefs about success, about wealth, about impact, and about those things to get to where I wanted to go. And I feel that many other channels, healers, coaches, light workers like myself feel the same, that there is a lot of blocks basically that feels like, oh gosh, I've got to get over these ones to get there. And so I want to share a little bit about that today. So the first thing that came really apparent actually after, it was probably in 2019, it became really apparent to me. I had a business coach that was very good at business strategies and those things, funnels, scripts, all those things. So it wasn't wasted what I did. What happened was that, and this is no judgment or anything to people that are not spiritual. It's basically, it was a vibrational mismatch. So because I'm a channel for higher consciousness and my awareness is often on a different sort of like radar, what happens is when you are then in the container or you're learning something from someone else and their consciousness is not stretched to the same level as mine, there is a mismatch in frequency. It doesn't work. It kind of just snaps. It does not work. It's not sticking. So what happened was I had to literally leave the program. Like I could, and it was not a personal thing. It wasn't like, oh, are they doing it wrong? It was a frequency shift. So what I learned from that is that any other business coaching or learning that I do has to be with somebody who is highly conscious. They may not be a light worker. My coach at the moment, she's not a light worker, but she is highly conscious, right? So it's fine. Also, I have developed my own trust in myself, how to lead myself. So I don't need her to lead me. I lead myself and she wants me to lead myself. So self-led leadership. And that's also what I teach my clients. So then it doesn't matter if she understands all the different levels of multidimensional layering, something that I do and teach. It doesn't really matter because she is on the frequency of self-led leadership, which is a highly conscious way of leading yourself in this world, right? Can you see what I'm saying? So, and really interestingly, actually, as well, I just had a clarity call with a potential new client today. And she was basically saying, I'm not going to obviously say any names here, but she is exactly in that situation herself where she feels misaligned to the coaching container that she's in. And whether she's going to join mine or not, I don't know. She needs to untangle things with this first. But the whole, it was kind of just so obvious to me that because of her level of frequency, her vibrational frequency is basically a mismatch with this other container. So for that reason, if you were ever considering joining coaching and you are highly conscious individual that is a channel, I would almost say this is why, I mean, every single client in my business mentorship is a channel, like more or less, basically. Some that have done it for longer, some have a bit of stronger channel, some of them have a little bit of a, not as strong, but it's the whole point is that they're highly led by their intuition. And that is fine. It's a good match, right? We are a good match. So I've learned that. And so my advice to you, if you are looking for like really good online coaching, business mentorship, and also understanding hi Deborah, also learning the energetics of how a business work. Even if you didn't join my business mentorship, I would 100% recommend that you really check out the frequency. Like, I don't know how you're going to check it, but you could probably check it with your intuition, but that's the whole idea of like it has to be aligned, or it will kind of snap. I'm not saying it will, but it will feel misaligned. It's not going to snap. It will feel misaligned and you'll feel frustrated because you feel that there is no gel, there is something missing and it doesn't feel right in your heart. So that's first thing. The second thing is, so many lovely people joining on Instagram. Hello, beautiful people. Sorry, I can only see myself in StreamYard. The second thing is, it's particularly for new earth leaders, channels, healers, higher consciousness, all those things. you have a 5D vision. Like you can see in the future, like you're psychic, you have really strong premonitions, you can like really tap in to that level of the quantum field. So when you see your success and your vision, it feels so real to you. You're like, oh, God, I can feel it. I had it in such a lucid dream. Like I can so feel this. And then you go, but how the heck am I going to get there? And if in your body, it feels so like it's going to happen in the next 5 months or 3 months, because that's how real it feels. Yeah. So that's how it felt to me. So I'm kind of glad it did feel that way, because it kept me going, basically, right? So when I first had that real strong like vision, like it was so powerful. I am going to have global impact. It's going to be like this, like this, like this, like this. That was in 2017, about 2 months after my dad had died. And it was so strong in my body that I was like, if I don't do this, like I cannot not do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And God on earth, I don't know how to get there. God on earth, I have no idea how this is going to work. So what I did was I just put it out there in the universe. Show me the way, like show me the way how to get there. I had lost my dad. I had no money. We were broke, literally, as in like we had our own home, but we had to borrow like to pay the mortgage. It was for somebody who's been very self-sufficient all my life, and equally my husband, it was really quite terrifying. So there was no other way for me. I was like, okay, I can do this. So for the first few months, obviously I was still grieving my dad. It didn't feel like I had the energy or the focus to do anything. It was only really in 2018 I went out there to start building. And like, I'm not going to go through every single step that I learned, but I started with a membership somewhere, and then I did another course, and then I took coaching. I paid, invested a lot. But so the 5 divisions. So when I saw that in 2017, it was like, oh my God, it's going to be there in 6 months. That's how it felt. It felt like, oh yeah, it's going to be so easy. Oh, it's going to be so good. Did it do that? No. Because I had no idea what I was doing. I had been working from home in my house, in the other house where we lived. I was doing massage, healing, coaching, and soul contract readings and channeling and things like that for clients for like £60 an hour, like just doing a few hours a week. I had small children. Like my smallest child was 2. So it was all fine, no problem. So there I was with all these amazing gifts. I knew I was an amazing healer, an amazing space holder. I knew all that, but I was like, how do I do this? How do I show them how good I am, and how can that be reflected in their transformation? I had no idea. It's like there are so many gifted healers, channels, and coaches on this planet that are the most hidden gems in this world, because they don't have the right marketing and business model set up yet. So it's not a matter of if they are good enough or not anything yet. It's more like they just don't know how to do that. I didn't know how to do it, but I was like an amazing, and like I've saved people from killing themselves. Do you know what I mean? I am a great healer. So you will feel the same if you are working now and you don't have this yet. You are like, I'm the best secret in the world, kept secret in the world. Yes, you are. You are the best kept secret in the world. But I'm here to help you, equip you to how to build a business so that you no longer are the best kept secret in the world. Because you're not meant to be. You're meant to be the most seen, gifted, amazing, like space holder in the world. And you all are. Like, it's never down to whether you can help people or not. It's always down to business and marketing and online, like the strategy, the whole thing. It's never about how good you are at doing your job, because that you can do in your sleep. You know how to do. As soon as you're with a client, you're like, boom, in, bang, 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 bang. You know what to do, right? It's the part before, leading up to that, and how to actually package yourself in a way so that you become a premium product, right? This is it. We've got to become premium products, because what you are delivering to the world is premium. It's premium. It's like gold dust. You can't put a price on gold dust. I mean, come on. If you agree with this, give me some love. Give me some agreement on this, like some love hearts and some beautiful things around this. Because if you imagine the amazing gifts and skills that you have, can you imagine being endorsed, having more people, like transforming more people's lives, being more exposed to where you need to be? What a transformation this will give the world, right? So we it's like we have to take that step to create a really great business, because that's how you're going to get not just feeling that you've succeeded, because often it's not about success. It's actually really about your doing your divine mission on the level where you're meant to do it. And that's how I felt. So in 2017, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, how do I do this? How do I make this happen so that I feel like I'm living my divine purpose? Because although I loved helping my clients and I had a few every week and it was all good and it was like pocket money, that was not living my divine purpose. I was not living my divine purpose. Not enough for me. It wasn't enough, right? And you probably feel the same. You're the best kept secret in the world, and you are here to, really have great impact. So what I learned with that was, like, the 5 division, it takes longer than you want it to. So I'm sure other people who doesn't consider themselves as channels also have visions, because we can all have visions, but it's really strong in very intuitive people. So it feels like, oh my God, it's taking too long. I can see it there. It's there. It's right there. There it is. But I can't see it in my bank account, and I can't see it like in my life, right? And then it feels like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. You're not. 5D visions are like instant. But the 3D reality, the materialization, I can't even say the word. To materialize it takes a bit longer still. Maybe in our lifetime, I don't know, we will be able to say something and create it as we say it. I don't know, but that don't think it happens on Earth. Maybe we remember that from other existence, that when we spoke something and when we applied it with our thoughts, because thoughts and intention creates, right? Maybe it materialized, but not here on Earth. I don't feel it I don't ever feel it will do that on Earth, because Earth is not set up in that way. There will be other existences in other galaxies and other places in the universe where thought will create, I'm sure, right? So I just believe on Earth, we still have to just kind of go, right, well, we remember that we are multidimensional beings and we can create with thought. And then we've come here and we can't straight away. And it's like, why can't I create with thought right now? Why can I not? and that's the frustration. So you've just got to say, okay, I can create it. It will take a bit longer than I wanted to. And that is quite annoying, but I have to really enjoy the journey. So I would say, enjoy the journey. Like, set yourself a goal, like, okay, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, like this. And actually, a lot of coaches have been very transparent. I've been seeing online lately, where they basically share their financial journey. So like 2014, 17K. I promise I'm going to come back to you with my numbers. I haven't done them as such. I have done them, but I don't know them exactly by heart. But I will come back on another live and I'll show you I'll break it down to you, what I done. But I was reading a few coaches, typically it'd be like 14, 17 grand. 2018, 70 grand, 2019, 141 grand. Like it's gone like that. So they showed the journey and then, year 2020, $1 million. So, and some of them shorter. Yeah. So, and some of them longer, depending on circumstances. If you have children, I believe it will take a little bit longer because your energy has to be in many places. And also, I don't want to be doing my work all the time. I want to be with my children. And they will probably say that I do work a lot, by the way. But I don't work full time. Like I don't work 40 hours a week. So like, and everyone's journey is different. So I like this, that the coaching world has become a little bit more transparent and actually start showing us or everyone how long it's taken them and what's what they had to go through and what the things they had to learn and things that was really tough. So yeah. So Connie says, yes, I am gold dust to my niche, Jenny. Yes, you are. You will be gold dust to your niche because in the end of the day, this is also the honest truth. You could get a huge, super, like amazing, brilliant marketeer. And you could take someone, an expert, and you pair them up and wallop. You'll have like the most incredible success. Obviously, it also comes with internal, focus, internal alignment with that. I'm sure everyone who achieves success, they have massive goals and they do their vision, like they focus, right? So it's not like luck. But what I mean is that you could pair that up and then one person could be really lucky as it make it because they really got the marketing and the business right. And then you have the other person over here who's as gifted, as talented, as gold dusty, but they just haven't got the same success because they don't have the same or the best marketing and business skills. Really is like that. So that's the second thing. The third thing that I learned a lot from are all the trolls. So personally, I haven't had like any weird things from people that I don't know. Like I don't get lots of comments and hate comments or anything like that. I have had odd comments like that, but I've had trolls from other communities where I know the people. There is jealousy. We've got different beliefs about how things should be, how wealth is, different beliefs around spiritual wealth, different beliefs around, how you behave, I don't know, online, whatever. I swear, not so much online as in their live. If I wanted to, I probably would, but I'm okay. I don't need to do that. But I swear in my copy sometimes I do things that is, I do all them things that normal people do. And I don't know, I don't really care if there are trolls there, but there will always be trolls. There will always be people that you are going to have to let go of. So as you move from, and it's not about the money. It's about, I said this on my timeline yesterday, this is about the person that you have to become through the journey to success. the person that you have to become is the evidence of how committed you are. And that level of commitment and that level of focus and that level of just that level of focus, that level of knowing in your heart is going to piss some people off. Because either they have not done the work themselves, so they can't see themselves doing that, they can't relate to what you're doing, so they're like, ooh, yeah, so it feels misaligned. Or there's pure jealousy, or there is maybe some other things, like they just don't believe in what you're saying and they whatever. Now, there is never ever a reason for you to dim your light because of other people, because you came here to shine your light. And if you don't do that in the way that feels good for you, then you're not doing your divine purpose. So the fear of losing people on the way can be quite big. Yeah? Because we want to belong. We don't want to feel like we don't belong. We want to be feeling belonging. We don't want to feel on our own. We don't want to feel abandoned. So this is where the self-trust comes in. Knowing that if you're following the path, you're following your mission, you're following the vision, the success that you see, and this is not your personal success, this is a success for the planet. You've come here to do great things. So you want good things for yourself. Obviously, you're not going to, why would you not? You deserve safety, luxury, beautiful things, ease. You deserve to receive. Yeah. And then you deserve to have the impact that you wanted to have, so that you can change other people's lives, right? So it's really, really important to self-trust, because self-trust is the key to your success. When you self-trust and you really go like, yes, I've got this, I've got to self-trust and stop the noise, you will get to your success quicker. It's only when you listen to other people. This is another thing as well. Do not ever listen to people that have not got further than you and are more advanced than you in terms of the goal where you want to go. Yeah? So if you want to become an expert speaker on events, you would only learn from somebody who's done expert speaking on events and who has got influence. You will only learn business from somebody who has got more success than you, because they've done the work. They have embodied whatever it is. And it doesn't mean they can just be just ahead of you. It's fine. They don't have to be some high flying, like over there, like that you feel like you can't reach. You can build together. You know, this is what I teach my ladies as well. I'm like, look, we're in this, like we're leading together. Come on, let's do this. I invite them to all the things that I do. If I say, right, I'm going to this event online, I think this will be great. Why don't you register for that? So they are my, we're a tribe. So my clients are my tribe. It's like we're equals, right? So I just want them to come along. I'm like, come on, let's come along. Let's do this together. So I'm not saying that, yes, when you invest in something or someone, you really want to make sure that they are the walking evidence of what you want to achieve. That's true mentorship. Yeah. And sometimes when you're learning from someone else, like it's easy to learn something. Like if I give you a how-to-do list, how to create a post, I can copy and paste that from someone, or a particular post on social media, for example. But unless I do that myself and I really know what works for me and not, and just relaying the information, but explaining this, what has worked for me, this didn't work, it may not work for you, but you've got to try this. That's the only way, right? So it's very important that when it comes to the trolls, get used to it. Get used to it and just go, hey, it's a part of the game. Trolls over there, bye, bye, bye. Trolls over there, bye, bye, bye. Go, 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 go. And you just want to go, like, clear your path. Know that you're doing your thing. You're in divine alignment. You're on your way to success, and you want to hang out with people that hold you to higher standard than yourself. So it's like, I hang out in circles where I'm like, okay, gosh, they really know this, how to do this. Like, it challenges me, as in, like, I want to learn more. How is not something going to teach me anything if I am simply hanging out in places where I can't learn anymore? Why would I do that? And I invite you to do the same, right? So this is like, learn from the mentors, learn from the masters, hang out in places where people hold you higher than you do yourself, right? So that was actually number 4. I might cover more than 4 or 5 things. The next thing is that I really want you to get used to. There is a very big difference from being uncomfortable to do something. So it's uncomfortable to go live for the first time if you've never done it before. It's uncomfortable to reach out to people genuinely, but to build connections and relationships if you're not used to doing that. It is uncomfortable to learn new things that where you're really scratching your head. You're going, oh my God, I don't get this. I really got to oh gosh, I really got to push this one. I don't know if I like it yet. Get used to be uncomfortable, because that's the only way you're going to learn. And actually say, this is uncomfortable. Good. I like it. I want to feel uncomfortable because I know I'm going to grow now, and I know that it's going to work. If you don't feel any feelings of uncomfortableness doing something new, probably it means that you have there is a level of you that mastered it already, that feels like good with that. Maybe you've done something previously and earlier in life where you're like, this is good. I've done this before. It's okay. That's also fine. Of course, you don't need to seek out being uncomfortable 24/7, but just get used to being uncomfortable, because that's the only way you grow. If it's hard, okay, well, just look at it again and go, okay, this is doing my head in, but I'm going to do it. You've got to kind of really develop a strong mindset. And I think with light workers and healers and coaches, some people come from a more, especially with healers and channel, like really sensitive, we're very sensitive, like empaths, potentially. And it just feels kind of, if it feels, you've got to know the difference. It's almost like you've got to know the difference if it feels uncomfortable because you are being stretched in your out of your comfort zone, or if it feels uncomfortable because it is like, you're very sensitive and you're just overwhelmed with something. But what is that? You've got to learn what is what, right? Because to say just, it's misaligned, or I'm not sure, it feels like I don't want to do lives, I don't want to do any posts. Well, you are just being uncomfortable and you're not doing it. And you're being uncomfortable and you're not following through, right? But if I said to one of my clients, you've got to do 5 posts a day and 5 lives a week and 6 reels, whatever, a week, and they've never done any before, they'll be like, that is too much. Yes, it is too much, right? But so you've got to be able to say, am I uncomfortable because I'm trying to cop out? Or am I uncomfortable because that is way too much in one go? Yeah? So you just got to learn what's what. And that's really important. So I've learned to navigate my own energy and say, that is quite uncomfortable. I'm not sure. So at the moment, I'm learning a lot of new things. And I go through the learnings and I learn and I go, I'm a bit bored, actually. And I'm thinking, right, okay, just push through, Jenny, push through. I can do this. And I'll just give myself a little more breaks. And then I'll just kind of go, okay, I'll do an hour there and then I do an hour there. That'll do. That will be fine. Good. So I know how to regulate myself. Yeah. So you've got to be uncomfortable and regulate yourself. So that's kind of so that's how the 5 things that I wanted to teach. But now also another thing I want to share before I go is how I actually did it. How I actually went from like I had no income to building a community. So I'm going to kind of give you that in a very short bullet steps, how it's actually done. So one of the things when people say systems, you need systems. Yes, you need systems. You need systems. Because as you build a community, you need to be able to have an email, a database, like a CRM system, to be able to filter out the different things that you want to do. These systems, there are many different variations. I personally had ClickFunnels. I've got a WordPress website. I've got Kajabi now. I don't have ClickFunnels anymore. I have a community and a membership. I have a mentorship, and I use Kajabi to filter out all the courses and like target in different places, and people have access to different things like members. That is a great way to build an online business. But you wouldn't go off with let's say you're earning $1,500, say $3,000 a month, let's say $3,000 a month. You got some clients and it's all going and it's fine. But you wouldn't straight away put in a new system and do everything straight away. You will just like work out what are you actually going to build? Are you going to build a community? Are you going to build just one high ticket program? Or are you going to have small offerings as well? There's lots of different questions of your value ladder. That's what it's called in your online business. So there's a lot of choices, and you wouldn't decide on all of them straight away. It will be more like, that feels quite good actually. I think I'll try that, and then we'll do one step and we work with that first, and then we try this over here and see how I can tie that in with that. This is where I'm a strategist, and I can help you see how to put the dots together and how that feels good for you. There are some basic strategic ways how to build an online business, and that is premium programs. You start with premium programs so that you can create time and money leverage, so that you can go back and keep creating. Because if you're stuck in single sessions, and let's say even if you did 10 sessions a week, it's still quite a lot doing energy work, 10 sessions. But say you say 10, 15, and you're charging low in those sessions, you then haven't got time to stretch. As soon as you cut them down, you don't have enough money coming in, and then you stress, and then you can't create because you keep trapped in that. So the idea is to create premium programs, so you leverage time and you leverage space in your calendar to create and really focus on the big vision, so that you can keep building, and then create offers and things like that to get more people in. You might have one flagship program, and then you might have a couple of small offers and things. So when I talk about premium programs, and you probably see this when I speak to you about it in my Instagram, in my Facebook, in my email list, everything premium. It is not just because it's premium, it is a strategic, necessary step for you to build an online business. It's got nothing to do with anything else. It is the only strategic step that you can put in order to build. I also call it like a different types of businesses. So you'll have a heart-based business, which is what I had offline. I had a heart-based business. I was charging there was no pressures. I didn't have to send a lot of emails. Client would text me, they'll come, word of mouth, $200 for the healing sessions each. There'd be word of mouth. I'd be quite busy sometimes not. I can go on holiday when I wanted to. There's no commitment, as in, of course I was committed, but there was no like extra input. I didn't do any marketing. I didn't do any, I had an email list actually. I did some emails, but I didn't really, I could just tick along, yeah? Perfect. Heart-based tick along business. Great. It worked well for me at the time because I had my children that were small. I didn't want to think, oh, I've got to put a big event on. Gosh, that would have freaked me out. So there's a big difference from a heart-based tick along business, which is so great. Like, I was so grateful. Some people had to go and work like full time to earn the money I did. I still had good money for tick along business, right? But then I was like, no, this isn't, I want to have global impact. I can't do it. I have to build on the business. And that's where I come in now and help you guys to do the same. So the promise of the scaling your business or being able to scale it is that it kind of has no limit of how much you can earn, because it doesn't. You could have a scalable group program, and then you could have a membership that, okay, so it needs looking after the membership, but you could have thousands of people in the membership as like a small and medium offer. There's loads of different options. You don't have to do it the way I've done it, but the idea is that there's no limits, because the systems can hold all the members. When you send an email, it goes to all the people. It's all automated. People booking sessions, they get their own reminders. Like, everything is streamlined. There's tech talking to the other bit of tech to do this bit of thing over here. It's really the only way, and there's no limit to it. There's no limit how much you can earn. All right. But it just takes a bit of time to scale. So you will find your own vibe with it. I personally have a membership and a mentorship. I have small offers as well. You don't have to have it, but I have small offers and I put them on sale now and then. I make sales. Then next week I put another sale offer on, or 2 weeks later, how I feel, I'm not selling all the time, as in everything is not on sale all the time, but whatever is on sale, I just send an email and say, this is on sale this week. Do you want it? And they are all online courses. It's passive income. And as the audience grows and as the lead generation grows, the more every time that you put something out there to sell, more people will buy. So let's imagine you have a list of 500,000 people. Look at our Harvecker. I love Harvecker, by the way, if you know anything about Harvecker. Look, I don't know how many people he has on an email list, but he probably have 1 million people on his email list. So when he sends one email about one offer that is on offer this week, and even if 1,000 people bought it for $47, he just made $47,000. Yeah. So I'm explaining to you that you can do these things. So anyway, that was my 5 things and how it works. And there's different options. Some people like to lead with their book. Some people like to lead with something else. I do also things like, I just got this with a card reading. So my team was telling me, business card readings, Jenny. Okay, fine. Okay, let's do it. No agenda. I'm like, okay, we'll do business card readings. We're going to do it for as long as it feels fun. And I'm going to continue doing that here online. And I'm going to do it on Monday again. We did our first one on Monday, which was really epic. I'm just going to do it, see what it goes, right? But I have my offers aligned. So when people come into the card readings, if they like the energy, if they want the change, if you want to invest, here you go. You can go here, you can go here, you can go here, you can go here. Awesome. If you don't want to invest, great, fine. It's really that type of energy that we want to put out there as well. So we want to have fun as well with building the business, as well as putting all the strategies and do it really well, mastery. So I stand for excellence, mastery, high level of skill, so that whatever you are mastering, you want to do it at a high level. Whether that is if you have a good light, on the camera, if your hair looks good, you don't have to be obviously like a supermodel, but you've got to have good light, good sound. Lots of things I like to achieve mastery on, and I teach my clients as well, so that you can stand out. Yeah. Anyway, that was it for me, ladies, and I hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to share it to some lovely people that you may want to share it with that needs to hear this today. And I'll see you all on Monday card polls, which I'm really excited about again. And if you have any questions about anything, send me a message. Lots of love to you. Bye.